Yeah. Welcome to the Open Up Podcast, a podcast presented by Jay, where we open up everything for white bitches. Y'all know the motto, y'all know the slogan. Damn, it's episode 26. We halfway done with my world-renowned podcast. That's insane. 26, 50% done. 2 laps of the mile. We almost done. I learned so much in these last 26 episodes. But the biggest thing I learned is ownership. And I really want you guys to really, black folks, this is black folks only podcast. Nah, no bullshit for everybody, but black folks specifically, I really want you guys to own your shit. I don't want you niggas signing to major labels, minor labels. The only thing you need to sign to, honestly, sign to a label is a black owned label. And this for a few reasons specifically. One of the reasons is no other race knows how to speak to black people, point blank period. Whether if it's a simple request or they're just trying to talk to you, have a conversation. These niggas just don't know how to speak to black people. You know, a lot of people speak down to black people. And in ownership, this thing happens called segregation. And it's not like you can't go to the same school as me, is you can't live in my neighborhood, nigga. Type shit. And I feel like a way to get away from niggas who know how to speak to you is just get some money. But and that also goes on to what my second point is, just the money itself. So these niggas who don't know how to speak to black folks, these Asians, these whites, these Hispanics, these Islanders, these Hawaiians, anybody, any race, Native Americans, don't matter where you from, Indian or not, don't matter where you're from, they play your music. These niggas can't live without playing black folks' music, black folks' art. They can't live without watching these black athletes, without playing these black R&B songs, these black fucking rap songs. They can't live without watching these TV shows that are black main characters and shit like that. They cannot live without it. That's their MO. They need it in their life to be entertained, to be bored, to be stuck with themselves. They need that shit to stop all that other shit from happening in their life. A lot of niggas can't sit with themselves. That's on them. But what I'm saying is you need to own all that income. There doesn't need to be a middleman. And there's ways to not have a middleman in today's world. And that's what I'm saying. Don't sign to these majors. Don't sign to these labels unless they're black owned and shit. Because you need to profit off of every fucking cent of income that you can make from your art. Point blank period. And if you're not profiting all of it, say you have a partner, that partner needs to be similar to you in race and ethnicity. For real. Fucking, I think Killer Mike was like, I gotta marry a black woman because who's gonna relate to me like a black woman. I mean, that's nice. I don't try to relate to nobody. I try to relate to myself. I try to understand myself. I don't need people understanding me. As long as I can understand myself, I am okay. But when it comes to business, you definitely want your business partner to be black. That's just my humble opinion, because it's not the fact that nobody can relate to us. Nobody knows how to speak to us without disrespecting somebody or trying to demean us. It's like most people point blank period don't know how to speak to people. A lot of you niggas just don't have people skills, period. Let's just put that out there. That's not like it's just black people. It's just those people skills worsen when people speak to black folks. And that's why I try to stay away from motherfuckers who are not black when it comes to conversing and shit. Somebody said something to me, I'm gonna be cordial. Yeah, hey, how you doing? Good morning, whatever. I don't even like saying good morning, honestly. Fuck, is it good morning to you? It's not good morning to me, nigga. But no bullshit. I try to really keep myself away from having to converse with certain races just because of the experiences I've had. Now, I'm not trying to use my past experiences to fuck up my future experiences, but there's a knowing in 90% of motherfuckers who look like you who spoke to me in a way that I didn't really fuck with, and I had to let them know. And to prevent my blood pressure from raising, I'm just gonna avoid that conversation. And the best way to avoid that conversation is to get some money and just be away from these niggas. I think that's just my firm belief. Yeah, socialism is cool and all that other shit, but I don't want to be somewhere where I worked my ass off and you didn't, but now we're neighbors. You feel me? If I'm over here stacking up M's and B's and shit, I want everything around me to be a reflection of that. Y'all niggas be getting mad at Dave Chappelle and Steph Curry for making all this money, and then y'all putting low income housing next to where they live. Nigga, they didn't do all that work to be around the same niggas they grew up with. Yo, that's so out of character of Steph Curry and Dave Chappelle to not want to be around low income housing. Nigga, do you know the dangers of that shit? But What about your people? Nigga, these are your people too. These are Americans. These are people that you fucked up. You feel me? And now you want them to live next to rich niggas. Nah, if I get hella money, my nigga, the last thing I want around me is niggas who are not getting hella money. Because there's a sense of jealousy in that. There's a sense of envy. That's just my take on that. And there's a huge sense of ignorance. A lot of broke niggas oftentimes are hella ignorant niggas who don't want to learn, who don't want to take the steps in life to improve themselves. And now you're subjecting yourself to your ignorance the more you're around them. And like, that's why there's public schools and private schools and shit like that. And so I'm not saying we should base that shit on color, but hey man, I don't mind basing that shit off income. Segregation by net worth. I mean, that already exists, my nigga, but there needs to be some more black folks in the uppity range. We need more bougie black folks out here to teach you niggas how to respect us. I'm so serious. If a majority of black folks come off as gangsters and gangbangers and athletes and shit like that, where's the bougie at? People treat you as how you want to be treated. And if you a bougie motherfuckers, niggas gonna treat you like you a bougie person, which is not always a bad thing. Some people have a lot more respect for the bourgeois than they do for just the average person, which is very unfortunate. You know? And so my thing today, and this is a short episode, my thing for today is just like, on some real shit, y'all really need to just own your shit. You need every single penny, every single dollar, every single nickel, penny, nickel, dime. Going to, remember that song? Fucking, that jerk music. Every single fucking income, every penny going to your name, point blank, period. This so that you can live a better life away from ignorance, away from niggas who really haven't put the work in or been through what you've been through. And that's going to lead you to having a more rich life, a more comfortable life, you know, a more sustainable life. It's going to help on the mental health. It's going to help on the sleep. Because I promise you, like, a lot of niggas right here in the shelter, they do not know how to speak to black folks. It's like, there's 100 people here. I would say 100, it's like 85, but I'm going to say 100. Like 10 people are black. And you can just see that in these conversations that these niggas don't know how to speak to these niggas at all. Just listening, ear hustling, even when they're talking to you. And I'm not gonna cause a big war because this is just a pit stop in my journey. I don't need to do too much here. But these same motherfuckers, they turn on the music, turn on their speakers, they blasting music. What is it? 1980s black music, 1990s black music, 2000s black music. You know, hip hop from today, hip hop from the past. Michael Jackson, they're playing Dr. Dre, they're playing Stevie Wonder. And it's like, all right, you don't know how to speak to me, but you love the art that my people create. I'm gonna make sure that I'm eating off of your fucking interests, but also, I mean, at the same time, also separating myself from you, because I see who you are, I know who you are, and it doesn't do me any good being near you. You are a hypocrite in itself. You don't want to speak to niggas, but when these niggas are making art, all you want to do is listen to it and consume it. All right, it's kind of hypocritical of you, because it's like, I'm in this room right now, but if Stevie Wonder walks in, oh my God, there's Stevie Wonder, oh my God. Like, first of all, he can't even see you. Let me stop playing. At the same time, you're gonna just fucking glaze this nigga and swallow this nigga whole, I promise you, because something he created. And every single black person has the ability to create Stevie Wonder-esque art. In my opinion, it's because of shit we've been through. The people who've been through the most create the best art. And that will always stand as the honest truth. You know, like a lot of the best actors, actresses, musicians, athletes, they have been through something that instilled this grit in them. Whether it be their parents being hard on them, or the environment being hard on them having an early loss or whatever, something that's happened for them to go harder. There was this nigga I went to high school with named Isaac Yorks. This nigga ran a 4-minute mile. He ended up going to like Oregon and then UW or some shit. But his sister passed away. And his sister, like, this is the story I was told, you know, so this is allegedly. But when I was in high school, this nigga's sister passed away. And then I believe when the sister was passing away, you know, dying and whatnot, she was like, run, just keep running, keep doing what you love to do. And then that turned into him running a 4-minute mile, getting a scholarship to Oregon, which is like dope as fuck for track, and then transferring to UW. But that loss put something in him to go. A lot of these folks have soft lives. A lot of these white kids grow up in suburbia, gated fences, get all the games they want throughout the year, get even more dope shit on Christmas. You know, every time somebody bullies them, they get emotional and cry and tell their parents, and the parents solve the problem. Like, It's hella crazy how like these niggas' lives are like they're handed to them. They live on a silver platter. So they have a silver spoon down their throat, and they live an easy life. And that's why some of the best artists, they don't come from nice backgrounds. They don't. I mean, Taylor Swift. I don't think Taylor Swift is a great artist. I think she is very famous and well known. But even look at Taylor Swift's childhood home, my nigga. A lot of you niggas would die to live in the house that she grew up in. Like, no bullshit. It's crazy. And like, I don't know if you noticed, but Taylor Swift don't get the respect. You can get mad at me, Swifties, but the people who came before her, the singers, they don't respect Taylor like that. Remember, she has nice gowns. And so, if you want to get the respect of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest, you got to challenge yourself, or at least go through shit early on. And if you in one of them situations where you are living with a silver spoon down your throat, but you want to make art, then you got to take it upon yourself to challenge yourself. If you like real shit, no bullshit. Say like I grew up right in a big ass mansion, and I still want to be one of the best artists ever. At that point, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look at the most challenging schools to get into for music, because that is the challenge. That is putting me up. That's giving me competition. That's making sure my skills need to be up to par for me to get into school. If I know I can go to the Harvard of music, whatever that fucking shit is called, because my parents can afford it, that's what I'm gonna try to do. Because that gives me the ability to get better at my craft. A lot of these niggas, they just want to shit handed to them, and it's so unfortunate because that just waters down talent, it waters down the world. But it also makes it easier for niggas to shine when everything is watered down. Nipsey said some shit. He was like, I don't know if these niggas is lazy or if I just work hard or if it's a combination of the two. Like real shit. But yeah, at the end of the day, ownership is what matters. Black community, black folks, we need to own our shit. We need to save our money. We need to keep our money in our community. When money is spent, you need to spend it, giving it to another black person. If you want to create a real community where people know how to speak to each other and talk to each other and love each other. And I'm not saying I'm the leader, nor does it need to be leaders. The community needs a lead. Something America has never done is what needs to happen in the black community. It needs to be a community-led community. Like, America is supposed to be a quote-unquote democracy. This shit is not a democracy. This shit is a republic. Nigga, the Democrats, they pull one nigga out the machine. The Republicans pull another nigga out the machine. And then the people get to vote. Nah, this was a democracy. We wouldn't be having presidents right now. We would have a team. We would have councils. We would have leaders voting on everything up to the very highest of the highest. You know, the Supreme Court is not a democracy in all reality. Like, all this shit is just smoke and mirrors for what it's supposed to be. The black community can actually be a community. And I know establishing community is not the easiest. I try to do that shit in high school. I try to do that shit in college. There's a lot of egos. There's a lot of voices. There's a lot of opinions and all that shit. But when you work together for a common goal, none of that shit matters. Like, getting along. Oh, there's a lot of helicopters. There's 3 helicopters. Oh, there's 4 helicopters. 5 helicopters. It's crazy. It's cool. You know, I didn't want to come outside and record myself talking. I haven't been up the last 3 hours of the day. It's been hella quiet. And then I press play, and there's literally 5 helicopters in the sky. I don't know if y'all can't see that shit. Nah, y'all can't see that shit. I'm tripping. I can't even see the screen because of the fucking sun. But I just lost my whole entire train of thought. Yeah, black community. There doesn't need to be a leader in the community. As long as everybody has a common goal, not everybody needs to get along. You know, Drake and Josh didn't get along. They made a cool little show. Kobe and Shaq didn't get along. They won championships. And you often don't hear these rumblings of not getting along unless people lose. When you win, everything is quiet, everything is good. And so I promise you, my nigga, it's really simple. Search black-owned shit. Use the internet. If I know you might need something right now. You might be impatient, want that shit right now. But you might have to go on the internet and type in black-owned product of what you're looking for and wait till that shit gets shipped. And that's you keeping the money in the community versus you being impatient and getting this shit right now, today. I'm serious. Sometimes I want what I want right now. But I know for a fact that if it's gonna lead to a greater outcome, I don't mind being patient. You know, giving my money to somebody who looks like me, who's come from somewhere I've been through, it gives me a better sense of self because I know this person is going to spend it and use it in a way that's not detrimental to his community. versus how these white folks spend money and how these Hispanics and how these Asians, because they don't know us, they don't have an understanding of who we are, simply because they haven't tried to, and really because they don't want to. If we're being real, these niggas don't want to get to know us. But that's my little spiel for today. Ownership is so important. Like, eventually, I mean, like, if we're being real, I don't even want all my shit on YouTube. That's just the route I have to take. Because at the end of the day, even though I'm recording this shit and uploading it, YouTube still has a sense of ownership over my shit. They can end my page anytime they want to. They can delete the shit anytime they want to. It'd be nicer to have my own website where I'm in control of the whole shebang. You know, I might have to do that to YouTube for the one time. I might have to transfer all my shit over to my own little shit. But at the end of the day, having ownership is the way to go for entrepreneurship, for community, just for life itself, just for your mental health. It smooths out every little thing. It smooths out every little thing. And I'm always gonna preach it. I'm never gonna be like, nah, you shouldn't own shit. Like, I'm a minimalist. Don't mean I don't want to own shit. That just means I don't have shit materialistically like that. You feel me? You can be a minimalist and still own a company. The company ain't in the house. You feel me? But yeah, nah, hopefully we come out with our own apps, our own websites, our own car companies, our own food brands, our own literally everything. So we are establishing our own community. And just don't think small. Whatever there is to create, you can create that shit. Look at Dame Dash. This nigga talking about, if I want it, if I want it, I'm just gonna build it. I mean, he ain't like that, but I'm saying if he was like that, that'd be nice. Feel me? Oh, I need some new socks. You know what? I'm gonna start a sock brand. That'd be hard. I want to get a beanie. You know, instead of go buying a beanie, I'm just gonna make a beanie brand or some shit like that. I don't know. But whatever there is to build, you can build that shit, and you can build it for you and for the people who look like you, which will always be a win-win. And it'll create so much separation, and it'll create so much respect, because niggas, for some reason, they respect people with more money. It's weird as fuck to say, but if I pull up in a Porsche, niggas is gonna, oh my God, look at him in a Porsche. That's so cool, he has a Porsche. Don't touch it, don't touch his car. If I pull up in a hoopty, everybody's gonna be like, oh, this piece of shit car. Niggas gonna sit on it, niggas gonna lean on it, all disrespectful. It's crazy how much money creates respect in this world, when being a human should be all the respect, should gather me all the respect I need, should garner me all the respect that I need. Garner, gather, whatever. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm just gonna be quiet the next 26 episodes. Cause I be doing this shit in the morning when I first wake up. Well, like 2 hours have passed, but I've been fucking up, like walking the last 2 hours straight. Cause this shit is so stupid. I'm telling you, you can't see everybody there, but like, as soon as you wake you up, right? At 6 in the morning, you gotta leave till 9. What the fuck is the point of a homeless shelter if I gotta wake up at 6 and then leave till 9? That's why I be just other places, parks and shit. This is the dumbest shit ever. And it's not a free shelter either. You gotta pay to live here. And they got hella fucking rules, and they make hella announcements all day. You can't really get sleep here if you wanted to. But yeah, it's stupid as fuck. So I'm still pretty tired. Even though I got like 8-9 hours of sleep last night, I don't know why, but I'm still pretty tired right now. But I'm doing this shit in the morning, and I'm doing this shit at night. My words be slurring and shit. I be half asleep. And then if it's not morning or night, my ass be high. Maybe if I was sitting down in a room with a microphone and just a screen, everything would be perfect. You know, everything would be perfect, like my music career. Or just me as a person, but that's enough excuses for today. Something I never have. But those are new to me, excuses for those. But once again, thank you for coming to another episode of the Open Up Podcast, a podcast presented by Jay, where we open up everything with white bitches. Peace, y'all.